Alright, if you've been following my channel, you've seen my teases for my audio upgrades. And I encourage you to go back and watch my excruciatingly long unboxing video of the ATOTO F7 Pro 10-inch radio. Well, I got my RP5 GM31 today, and we're going to be connecting that up and installing this in the car. And that's going to be phase one. So stay tuned. Alright, so I went ahead. I've already unboxed this. Here's the little module. Pretty small. So they tell you not to connect anything up until you go in and set the dip switch to your radio. And I set mine to number 7 because that's Pioneer / other. And I've gone online and people have said that you set for the Totos, you set to other. So that's what I'm going to roll with, and hopefully it works. So I've taken the ATOTO harness already, and I've taken some heat shrink butt splices, and I've connected everything up. Everything's color coordinated. Consult the manual. The manual also tells you what wires go to what. A few extra things come with it, like a backup camera retention. Well, Impala, you're not going to need this harness. Comes with a little chime module. You can turn the volume up on it. You just stick that back behind the dash somewhere. I'm probably going to put some double-sided tape on it. So the ATOTO radio has a standard headphone jack for steering wheel controls, and the RP5 comes with a jack to plug in. I've connected everything up. There's a couple wires you got to keep in mind where there's two different harnesses on this RP5 where you got your harness for the speaker outs, and then this is the one that splices into the, you plug your factory harnesses into here. You need to wire up this black and yellow along with the ones from this other harness and tie them to your radio's harness. See how I got 2 into 1 here and 2 into 1 there. And I got to go through and wrap some electrical tape because my heat shrink kind of broke off on some of these, but pretty straightforward here. I mean, these are, if you have the bows, I don't have any of that, so I'm probably not even going to hook this up to the module. But pretty simple. Plug your factory 2 harnesses into here. Plug all of this stuff here into the RP5, and then plug this into the radio. Oh, and it came with an antenna adapter. You'll need a wire crimper, a stripper, and I bought 2 10-packs of these heat shrink butt splices. Got them at Northern Tool. And then so today I'm just focused on getting this installed in the car. I do have a add-on Sirius XM tuner. I was saying, yeah, that's right. It comes with 3 months. You cannot connect even though the instructions say you can connect your factory XM tuner to this RP5, you cannot. So I just went ahead. This thing was 39 bucks, I think. It came without the antenna because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this up behind the dash because it has a real short cable. And then I bought an extension cable. I'm just going to unplug the factory antenna from the trunk and then run the extension into the cab and plug it in here. But I don't have that yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. I bought the they have a specific camera for this ATOTO that's a 720p, and it's, like I said, specific for this radio. I have that on order. It's coming Wednesday. But I just right now want to get this in the car. I'm going to connect up my backup camera that I already have to it, see if it works. Essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm going to just drop this in place. A little background for those of you that are new to my channel. I put a MyLink system out of a 2013 Traverse into my 2012 Impala a couple of years ago. So how I have it right now, let's turn it on. I got the factory MyLink. You know, we got some weird gaps around the trim, and I've actually shimmed the radio out a little bit, and I trimmed the tabs on here to get this to sit flush. But I gotta make sure the radio's off. I think I got that.
It's all about the nose.
Okay. So that's what I have now. I have a backup camera connected to it, and I also took there's two spots on one of the harnesses. You insert two new wire connectors into it. You run those two wires into your trunk, and then you connect them up to your OnStar box. There's two terminals on there that you splice in, and then that gives you the voice, so you can have calls come through this. Well, anyways, I'll post a link to all my playlists and FAQs and everything I have on this radio. But for right now, she's coming out. And if you have any more questions on this, certainly go check out my playlist I'll put on here. But let's get to putting that ATOTO in here. Also wanted to note, if you're watching my live unboxing, I was having a hell of a time getting this into the install kit, which is a GMK 318, by the way. I managed to get it in. It's all installed, ready to go. I dry fitted this in the car. I'm gonna go ahead and there's 3 screws here you need to remove to pull the screen out. And I think while I'm at it, I'm gonna take my engraver. I'm gonna engrave on the chassis stolen, and I might put my VIN number on there. I might do the same on the back of the screen too, you know, just in case somebody throws a rock through my window and takes this out of the car and tries pawning it for crack. Who knows? Might discourage somebody from taking it to a pawn shop. That's the one thing with these aftermarkets, you know, your GM radios are coded to the VIN, but you know, I don't know. Anyways, I also wanted to mention the radio came with this antenna, and today I'm not going to hook this up because what I'm doing is I'm going to be installing some new tweeters, so I have to take the A-pillar covers off, and at that time I'm just going to clip it to the top of the A-pillar cover and run it to the radio. But for right now, there's like a built-in microphone. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. So this is all I'm going to do for now, but obviously you're watching this video and I'm going to be splicing in the future footage of how this all ends up. One other thing I wanted to mention, I also have on that MyLink setup, I took the power port out of the center console, and I put in a USB panel plug and ran that to the back of the MyLink radio. So I'm going to have a USB cord running back there. I just have to take the adapter off it, and then I'm going to connect this Android Auto only port. Yeah, if you didn't watch my unboxing, this thing's got a USB port that's strictly for Apple CarPlay / Android Auto. When I say Android Auto, it's also Apple CarPlay. It does both. So, and then one of these is for the backup camera. I'll have to read the directions. I did have to buy an adapter for that MyLink radio, and I'm going to leave that plug with the radio. Again, if you want to know more about it, go way back in the archive of my channel, way back towards the beginning, because it's one of the first things I posted up on this channel. So here's a quick peek of how my dash looks like. I took the radio out and the HVAC controls. And you want to keep, this is for your airbag light. You got to remember to keep this up here because it always falls down. So I got my 2 regular harnesses, but you see there's these 2 extra wires spliced in. These are the ones that I ran to the OnStar box. And then I got camera cable right here. And this is that USB. If I get that out of the way. Sorry, I'm holding the camera with one hand. This is the USB adapter that went into the back of the MyLink. And this cord, I looped it back behind the dash and then down under here, and it goes down through the console up under here. And then I got it in the I should clean my damn console out. I got it right here. So that's where I'm gonna run my Android Auto plug. I'll just plug my phone in there and hide the phone in the glove box or the, you know, center console. So I'm gonna clip the zip ties on this thing because the damn this is an extension. I have the actual cord is like right here. I can feel it. I have tape on it like I did here. Undo the tape, and then I'm gonna fish that one wire through there, connect it up, zip tie it. And then I'm gonna try we'll hook the antenna adapter up. We'll hook that RP5 up to here. And I'll see if I can get the backup camera in. And then we'll give it a try. We'll see if it works. Oh yeah, here's my MyLink radio. I said I put a couple of 1/4-inch washers on there, and here's that plug. Bought it from a place called the Camera Source. It only plugs into the one spot. I'm gonna leave it with the radio. So just looking at this now, I think that Sirius XM module, I'll wipe off the dust off the inside where my fingers are there, and I'm gonna double side tape it right there. There's just a perfect little pocket. You won't see it here at all. A good spot for it. And then maybe, I don't know, or maybe I'm thinking that RP5 will sit right here because that HVAC control only comes to about here. There's plenty of room for activities back here. And you know, the radio's up here, so that'll fit right here perfect. Maybe I'll double side tape it right there. And I can jam the wires on either side. There's plenty of space to put the excess. There you go. So I went and engraved my VIN number on the radio and the screen, and then up here I wrote stolen check ID. I don't know if that's going to prevent it from being stolen, but it might prevent it from being pawned. Alright, I think I got it in a good spot here. Sorry, my tripod's wedged against the seat, but let's get it in frame here. So everything's all connected up. This one connector with the RCAs was for XM audio, and yeah, this would plug into your you'd convert that to a aux jack. I don't know how the hell you'd control the XM. That's why I'm just going with the aftermarket tuner. Less bullshit. So I went ahead, and all these wires I'm not using, I just taped off the ends of them. I might put a splice, you know, single-ended on there eventually when I come to clean it up. I bought some harness tape, and eventually, you know, when I finish this up, I'm gonna wrap all these real nice. So let's see if we can find a place for all this. Yeah, I think this will fit. Yeah. That'll fit nice right there. If you can see that on the camera, just right flat behind the HVAC panel. Where is that thing? Let's see if you can see it. Well, yeah, of course. All the wires are hanging right there. I'm just gonna see if I got enough clearance. Oh yeah, there's plenty of space back there. Plenty of space for the wires. Yep. I think I might just double-sided tape that. I'll do that when I come back in here and do this for the final time. But I think right smack dab in the middle is a good spot for it. So, let's see. So the radio, there's these 3 screws at the top, and then you can just take this out. I dry fitted it, and the way this comes right out of the box is perfect for this Impala. it's centered and it's at a 90-degree angle. I think that's going to be perfect. And I got to clean the screen because it's got smudges on it and shit, because there's an anti-glare protector to go on there. But so I'm going to go ahead and unravel this USB port because I have to fish it down under the console. I don't want to lose these wires. Oops. That's my old wire. We got that out of there now. So I gotta fish this down. Plenty of room there. Get it back under here so I can see it. Perfect. Alright. I'll do the antenna adapter. You know, I probably don't need to record all this. You know, you just hook everything up, put your adapter in the radio, connect it up to the antenna, pull back on the thing, push this in, snap her in place, boom, done. Yeah, I gotta read the manual and figure out which one is for the backup camera. Well, I'm gonna go do that, and we'll jump back when we get this all buttoned up. I think I gotta connect that up to the... I have to connect that to this wire and then connect it in the back up to the reverse lights to get the camera to activate. But otherwise it plugs into the... Get that in frame. This one right here. The middle one on the top says RCIN. That's rear camera input. Well, I'm just going to connect it for now. I will make those other connections. Man, I didn't leave myself a lot of slack here. But that's what I'm going to do for now. I'll figure out. I just want to make sure the radio works right now. Alright, this is either going to be epic win or epic fail. Well, chime module's working. It's booting up. Huh. Okay. Working. Alright, let's put on the tune. Let's seek. Oh shit, we don't want music. Shut up. Oh shit, no music, no music.
8900.
Oh.
Next.
Let's go back to that.
Nhất sẽ được trích vào ngày thứ Bảy, là ngày 8 tây tháng 5. Afternoons. Sir.
That allows for...
Oh wait, that's talk radio. We don't want music.
Be free while you're awaiting trial. That helps you assist with the defense. That makes it less likely that you're going to take a plea deal just to end the situation, right? And then there are some public defenders' offices in this country that are just absolutely outstanding. I mean, they're doing amazing work, but there's places where counsel for indigent defendants is sorely under-resourced.
All my speakers work.
After an appeal in most states, incarcerated people no longer have access to public defenders, leaving them to manage the rest of their cases on their own. But
I
this
haven't
time,
tried the camera
Joseph
yet.
is not alone anymore.
Alright. Oh, there goes the camera. Damn it. I'm trying to open up my
Daniel, now with approval for DNA
console to
testing in
get my
hand, set out to secure funding, and it was the Innocence
hook up my
Project who
Android
finally
Auto.
agreed to foot the bill. While the rate
Well,
was
guess
set off
what?
to get
I'm
tested,
gonna have to switch
Daniel
phones here
decided
for
he
a
needed
sec.
to hire an investigator.
Well, I don't have steering wheel controls.
Central part of Nashville.
They don't work.
I met Ken in the parking lot of Nashville Public
I gotta
Radio,
figure out how to get
where
this
I
to
worked when I
work.
first started reporting this story.
They don't
He
work.
pulled up in a huge truck.
Gonna have to
and he
do some
asked
more
if I wanted to
research
hop
here.
on and check out the scene of the crime. Does it look like it? Or has it changed?
Not changed much. First, some.
Okay. Well, that's a problem. We know the chime module works, and we got audio, and the new stereo works. Steering wheel controls don't work. Alright, we gotta do some research on that. Okay, so I think the steering wheel controls, I have to go program that module because they're doing something. Because if I sit and hold one of the buttons, it'll skip the track when I'm on Android Auto, and then it won't do anything. So I think it's getting signal. I just got to figure out how. Now, like I said with that backup camera, that trigger wire, I do need to wire it in, but there's a way I can activate it. If I go R camera and then put it in reverse, it comes on. So that's how I can get my current backup camera to work. Oh, and listen to these turn signals. And then the chimes are really funny sounding too. They sound like a Ford. So, I'm gonna roll with it for the week like this, because I was driving with it with Android Auto hooked up, and it was working great, and I love it. So, I mean, I can kind of rest my hand on the shift knob and punch the volume up and down. I'll live with that until I get these steering wheel controls figured out. And I'll report back when I get everything working and update you with what I had to do to get it to work. Because I didn't really show it before, here's the chassis sitting in the dash. And like I said before, I've modified my dash trim piece, so it's not going to sit right with this. It's going to be too far pushed in. But this screen, I think I mentioned it already. The 3 screws at the top are kind of a bitch to get in and out, because you got to have a magnet. Put a magnet on the end of your screwdriver. Oh, let's show you how. You see my damn reflection, but where I had that phone holster right here, that's about how far my phone stuck out. So I mean, driving it with this thing on here, it's so cool. I ended up switching my lights. First I tried them green. The blue was too blue, the green was too green, so I just made them white. Because nothing really matches the factory. But yeah, let's get back to that RP5. I found, okay, where is it now? This supposedly is for the steering wheel controls with the jack. Well, that doesn't work. So there's a little blue wire with a white stripe, yellow stripe on it. This one I'm gonna connect up. I have 2 wires on the radio that both say steering wheel key plus. I'm gonna try them one at a time. So one of these is orange with a black stripe, and one is brownish with a black stripe. I'll just try one. If it doesn't work, I'll try the other one. I don't think you'd splice them both together. I think it's one or the other. And I don't know that I need to keep this plugged in. So that's what I'm going to try right now. Actually, what I should do, this should have a light on it. Yep, there's a light. So let's turn that on. I'll see. Yeah, it's getting signal. See, I'm pressing the button. Yep, okay. So this is getting the signal fine. I need to get the signal to the radio. So that's my issue. So I'm going to give that a go off camera. All right, so I first tried the orange wire and it didn't work. Now I tried the brown one, and I got a response. It's doing something, but it's not correct. Like if I hit the source button, it goes backwards through the presets. I don't know what the hell the volume up button does. Changes the, yeah, see, FM2, FM3, AM1, AM2, FM1. So that's all wrong. I'm going to go consult the manual, because there is a way to... get out of here. I'm holding this on my lap or on my knee while I'm... got my phone in my other hand. And go into the settings. System settings, steering wheel control. If I go to custom and then key settings, I do what it says and it does nothing. But I think I'm onto something. I think this is how you do it. So I'm just gonna shove this all back in for now. So kind of got the car all blown apart here. I'm gonna undo the wire from my old camera. I'm gonna run the new one. The new one's got let's get to it here. It's got extra wires, and there's a little controller box or whatever on there. I need to run all new wires for the new camera. And I think I'm gonna have to make an adjustment to it because I'm looking at it here. It's all bent to the side. My old one had a screw you could pivot that. Wow, that's getting rusty. This one slides side to side, so I could actually slide it over. Oh, maybe not. I thought maybe I could slide it out of the way of the license plate light. Probably still could. Oh, now what I liked about this AutoVox is the connector was a real slim connector, and it fit. I don't know if you can see the light, but the little grommet here, it fit through there real nice and easy. And I siliconed this up after I ran the wires through it, so I'm gonna have to cut all that back open and re-silicone it. And then I just zip tied the camera wire to this, and I got the XM extension. I really hope I have enough wire in there. I don't know, looks like it's not enough, but I just need to unplug it from the original tuner here. There it is. Just plug it into there. And I'm gonna keep this wire that I ran for the OnStar to the MyLink. I'm gonna keep it. You just run this XM antenna along it. But I got this all blown apart. I wrapped electrical tape around the camera wire and the OnStar wires. So I gotta go redo all that. I gotta go through and cut all this off. But I got it all exposed. And we'll just run it over there. I talked to ATOTO customer support, or emailed them, and they gave me some pointers on how to get those steering wheel controls working, so we'll get on that as soon as I get the camera and the XM wired up. So the big difference in this wire that I ran and the ATOTO wire, let's discount the fact that I got the wrong end on this one anyway, but this one only has one red wire on it, and the ATOTO, where it connects to the camera, extra plug, video cable, and it has the pink wire goes to the reverse lights, black goes to ground. Alright, sorry I was interrupted there. So this pink goes to your backup lights, black goes to the ground, which I've already tapped in here with these posi taps. The positive is a light green, and the negative's the black, obviously. I ran those wires through the grommet, which the camera wires go through. On the other end of the new wire, the pink wire here connects to the radio, and there's a red wire, and that goes to a switched ignition. So I have to tap into that. So that's the whole reason why my other backup camera wouldn't come on, wouldn't switch the radio over to it when I switched into reverse. And I even tried splicing that wire into that was wrong, altogether wrong. So that's why I'm just running the wire that came with the ATOTO camera, and it remains to be seen. This is supposedly 720p HD. We'll see. That AutoVox camera was meant for the backup mirror camera, and it looks really crappy on that 10-inch screen. So lucky for me, the one lucky part is that when I bought this wrong cable, it's got the female end. I'm gonna plug the male end, and I'll be able to fish it through here, because I remember last time I had a hell of a time fishing this through the trunk. I had to use a piece of a dipstick to fish it through, so that should help. And I think I will have enough wire for that XM antenna. I got her bundled up back there. Oh, she came disconnected. This connection's kind of flimsy. I'm gonna have to wrap some tape around here to make sure this stays connected. It doesn't really fit in there very well. Yeah, so that's where we're sitting for that right now. So the wires to this camera were not long enough to protrude through the grommet in the trunk, so I had to push the wires back through. Now I'm gonna have to waterproof these because they're gonna be outside, which sucks. But I think that'll give me enough length to get to the license plate frame anyway. That just sucks. That's one thing that AutoVox camera has over this ATOTO one. Tried a little heat shrink on that. I think that worked a little better. Alright, the rat's nest is back out. I got my satellite wire run to the new tuner. Here's the new camera wire. I already chopped out the old one. I'm gonna redo this. The ATOTO customer service told me not to use these wires and to plug this back into the 3.5 millimeter plug that was in there. This here. I'm thinking maybe I had that one harness on that RP5, this one that I didn't connect. I'm gonna connect this up. I'm not using it, but maybe that has something to do with why the controls weren't working right. So, yeah, and I think I'm gonna mount this tuner. Just double side tape it right up under here, right back there. Boom. That's a good spot for it. Hidden away. It'll be enough wire on here to reach the radio. And then I'm gonna slack up the antenna and the camera wires back this way and wrap up the excess in the trunk. But it's a big mess right now. I got the old camera cable out. I got, yeah, it's still a mess back here. I'm all wired in. I got the backup camera wired up. And I started running it, but I think I'm gonna let the slack come back here and I'll just zip tie everything here. And same with that antenna. I'll just zip tie the slack over here. I got this all spliced together and zip tied up and out of the way. And you can see my OnStar wire. I'm leaving it. There's no sense in taking that out. I might decide I want to put the MyLink back in someday. Here's my camera, all ready to go. Tail lights back in. I'm gonna have to shoot some more silicone into the grommet there. And then another thing too, this one up here, make sure, or actually all three of your studs on your tail lights, make sure you got the little rubber gaskets on the other side here, otherwise they'll leak in. Make sure those are intact. And yeah, I got her fished back through. Oh yeah, the back seat. To get it out, you got to find this little, just look just over to the, on the driver's side, just over to the left of that hinge, and just pull on that. Then you get same thing over here, pull on that, and this thing pops up and out. Couldn't be any simpler than that. And there's my other pile of shame there. We'll get her back buttoned up. Alright, I'm about to find out if all this work paid off. Okay, I'll give it a second to boot. Okay, let's see. Yep. Oh, baby, look at that. So I'm gonna have to turn the grid lines on because the camera doesn't come with them. Oh, that's awesome. That camera, it really is. This, my phone isn't picking it up, but it is way sharper than the old AutoVox camera. What the hell that's chiming for? Chiming because I'm in reverse? It must be. Weird! It chimes when I go in reverse. Alright. I'm gonna turn the car off so we know the... Okay, that's because I got the key in the ignition. I haven't mounted this thing yet. I'll mount it back behind here with some double-sided tape. Let's go back here. So the... Oh, I should check my XM tuner while I'm at it, because I got that hooked up too. Okay, preview. Ooh, we got something going there. Check tuner. That's probably because I'm not subscribed. I don't have my subscription moved over to this one yet. Huh. Interesting. I'll get that sorted out. Alright, let's go to settings. Was it under system settings? Yeah, steering wheel control select. Custom. Key settings, okay. Alright, let's see. I'm holding the phone with my hand. I might need to get my tripod. Press and hold. Let's just do volume up. Okay, now let's match it. There. Oh, okay, that worked. Alright, let's try another one. Volume down. Let's try volume down. It doesn't do anything. Nope. See, I'm going to have to get back in touch with them because this is what it was doing when I had it hooked up the other time. It does nothing. Let's try track forward. Track forward. Yeah, see, key settings failed. Please try again. This is what it was doing before. So I can get... No, see, that doesn't work now either. Okay, so I can get that. See? Alright, so I'm going to have to call, or I'm sorry, email back with my rep that I've been talking with here and figure this out. But regardless, we got the backup camera working. I think the XM tuner is working. I'll have to switch my subscription over. I still have it, my stock tuner. I'll just switch it over to this new one. Hopefully that'll work. I've been using the Android. Oh, I don't have my phone hooked up. Sorry. I've been using the app on Android Auto, and the only thing I don't like about it is all the menus you have to wade through to switch the station. And I'm gonna say this radio, it's just like I'm not chalking it up to the radio because the stock radio in my wife's 2016 Cruise with the Android Auto crashes. And this one's doing the exact same thing. If I would have never had Android Auto before, I would have blamed it on the radio, but I know it's the Android Auto. Because the radio recovers real quickly. It does a quick reboot and it goes right back to where you were. Whatever, like if you're on Beyond Pod, it'll pick right back up where you were. Or if you're on Sirius XM on the app, it picks right back up where it was. And also the Waze, everything goes right back to where you were. So I don't think that's the fault of the radio at all. I've been driving around with this for a week now, and I absolutely love it. Other than the couple times it crashes that I chalk up to Android Auto, I absolutely love this radio. I mean, this big screen is so cool. And like, I'm just thinking the steering wheel controls I'll get figured out, but for, I can just rest my hand on the shifter and hit the volume up and down. But the only thing that kind of sucks is it doesn't have the speed compensated volume. And I had that on my original radio and then subsequently the MyLink radio. And I always set it to like low or medium. But I guess I got used to how well that would work. It was real subtle how it would lower and raise the volume dependent on how fast you were going. And that's one thing I noticed with this. Like, I'll find myself slowing down or coming to a light and having to turn the volume down. But minor annoyance, I absolutely love this big screen. It's so cool. And I guess it remains to be seen how long this radio lasts. I guess that's why I'm keeping the wires in place for the MyLink in case I decide to go back to it. I don't know. But for now, yeah. We'll get her button back up, and if I got anything to report on the steering wheel controls, I will. So I'm going to start running I popped the A-pillar clip loose. I'm just going to string the wire down and across for the microphone. That'll be right up here. So I've had this thing in for probably about a month now. I've kind of been... I kind of left it alone after I couldn't get the steering wheel controls to work and the Sirius XM not to work. So I bought an external antenna because the tuner, I figured I didn't need one with that tuner because I was going to try to get my factory one to work. That clearly didn't work. I did buy an adapter, still didn't work. And I bought this little, actually came in a 2-pack, but I'm going to wire in the plug the 3.5 millimeter jack on that RP5 GM31 to the 2 wires on the stereo that say steering wheel 1 and 2. I'm going to wire them into that, and I'm going to plug that into that and see if that works. And then, so I mounted this microphone here. I don't like it here. It's in the way. I have this other one I'm going to mount up here somewhere. I think that's a good spot for it, maybe up closer to the original. But a few years ago, I bought a mount that went in the CD player, and I mounted my old tablet, and it looked just like this. And I installed Headunit Reloaded, and it worked like Android Auto, but it was just janky as hell. The thing wobbled all the time, and I had to have the cord plugged into the aux port. It was just clunky and awkward. It didn't work so well, but it kind of resembled this. Yeah, and I'm also going to drop the screen down 1 notch, because when I'm blowing the air conditioning out, it kind of blows back behind here. I think if I drop it down 1 click and kind of level it out with this, I think I'll get more air. I think I got plenty of room here. That's what I'm going to do right now. Hopefully I'll get this all figured out. Well, here we go. I got these 2 wires plugged into the jack, plugged into the RP5. I might have to switch them around, I don't know. Got the XM antenna plugged up, and I just have it stuck to the roof of the car to see if that works. Plugged in this new one microphone. I'm gonna slap her in and see how she works. I also adjusted the screen down 1 click, so she let's see what we got here. Now she sits a little lower. Let's see what she does. I might have to do a factory restore or a reset on this. I might have to. Let's mute that. All right, let's try XM. Still getting that damn check tuner. Damn it. There's got to be something wrong with this stupid tuner. And I already signed up for the 3 months of free XM. God damn it. Well, let's go see if I got any luck with the steering wheel controls. I can't remember where it is now. System settings. Custom. That's it. Alright, let's try volume down. That doesn't do shit. Nope. 2 for 2. Okay, I got a volume plus. That worked. Let's try this. No, volume down doesn't do nothing. It's doing the same shit. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna switch those 2 wires around and see what happens. Well, I don't know. I extracted this Sirius XM module. I'm either gonna exchange this. I'm gonna get back in touch with customer service. Maybe I need to exchange my radio. I don't know, but I mounted this microphone up here. I had to pull this panel down. I didn't record it. But to get it back up, I had to take the mic out and jam a screwdriver back in there so I could press up against it, because the panel behind it's kind of loose and floppy. But this had enough cable to run down and under. I got plenty of slack left in it that I just need to tie up. I don't know. I might take this right now and just try the different settings on it, see if I can get the steering wheel controls to work. Otherwise, I don't know that I want to return that. I mean, all in all, I'm happy with it. I've been listening to Sirius XM on the app. I would rather have the tuner because it's, you know, it's more reliable. You don't have to rely on the cell network. And I love being able to just switch the presets and I can just go through them. That's what sucks about using it on the app on Android Auto, is to change the station. You got to go through this whole rigmarole. Kind of sucks. I mean, it's fine, but... And then and these controls are in a good spot where you don't even really need the steering wheel controls, which I still reach for the volume buttons still, but this is pretty easy to come up here and flick them. I don't know. I mean, all in all, it's a $219 stereo. I wasn't expecting perfection, but I absolutely love this big screen. I mean, this overrides everything. Just having Waze up on here when I drive, that seals it for me, just having the Android Auto on a huge screen. So I'm willing to live with these little shortcomings. Again, if I paid $1,200 for a Pioneer 10-inch radio, I would expect perfection, and I would expect all this to work, and I would be strongly disappointed if I was in this boat with a $1,000 or $1,200 Pioneer, but $219. It works awesome for that price point. I don't even get the rebooting. Doesn't even do that anymore. It only did that for the first week I had it installed. The camera's I like the live view, which is cool. You can just you can switch to it anytime, but the refresh rate isn't that great. But it looks, I don't know if this video conveys it. There's kind of a bunch of glare, but it is a lot clearer than that AutoVox, I think, that brand camera I used to have hooked up. But other than that, I mean, it's cool. It's kind of trippy to trigger that when you're going down the highway. You can watch the people behind you. Also, let's back out of here. I can put a front camera on here too, which I have not done, but I think I might do that. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then on the side, I don't know if I can get this on a close-up here. Yeah, there we go. You can plug in your jump drive full of music to that USB. You can put a micro SD card in there, and then there's you can plug an auxiliary cable in there, which is cool. I mean, I like the idea of having the micro SD card, because then you could, you know, put a whole music library on there and have it at your fingertips. Oh, let's check out I still got my jump drive that I never used it on that MyLink radio, but I'm just gonna plug it in, cause let's see. Oh, we gotta mute that. But it shows the album art on the back. I think is really cool. And yep, it's got a list of all the songs, which is cool. Oh, and I don't have videos. Maybe this will play videos. I didn't even know. I didn't even think of that. And there's pictures. That's cool. Ooh. Oh, I wonder if I can set that as my wallpaper. I forgot I had those pictures on there. That's pretty cool. I don't know what that does. Oh, that's the video player. So that's pretty cool. Puts the album art on there. Then you got all your controls down here. I don't have my phone plugged in, but from any music source, Android Auto would be right there. You click it and it goes right to Android Auto. Bluetooth phone, your equalizer. I thought that was the equalizer. Oh yeah, it's changing. See, standard, custom, dance, jazz, hip hop, pop, rock. That's what I have it on. Yeah, you can shuffle, and so I don't know. I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta reset all my presets. Maybe I'll do another update down the road with some further I'm kind of spinning my wheels now. I tried that different antenna. I tried that the little adapter plug, and that did nothing. So, oh, but I did get the cool microphone put in. Maybe I'll see if I can put a link to that one. I mean, where's that old one? It's hanging around here somewhere. It's got the... Oh, here it is. The one that comes with it has this stupid clip on it. I like this. Integrates with the car a lot better. It's out of the way. It's not sticking up right here. So, anyway, I think I'm gonna call it here. All in all, I mean, I could think of a bunch of worse things you could waste $300 on. I mean, I'm talking including the RP5. So, I'm gonna live with it. I'm really happy with it. It's a real cool radio. Versus the MyLink, if you're going for Android Auto and all that, yes, get it over the MyLink. But if you don't care about that, I'd probably just stick with the MyLink because it's plug and play, and everything works on it. You don't have to mess around with any of this other bullshit. All right, I'm gonna dive back in here because I tried one thing. I plugged this back into the regular jack, and then I took the blue wire with the brown stripe that was on the side of this. I jammed the radio back in here, so you can't really see it, and then I wired it back to that one orange wire with the stripe together. So, and then I set this to 7, and I got something. So I'll program the volume up button to the source button. Then I'll program the volume down button to this button, and it works. Now you can only do one other thing because all these send out the same signal. So I can't get nothing out of here. Both of these send the same signal as this one. So these two are separate. I tried programming something to this, and that does the same as volume up, I believe. So this button here, I'm just gonna go to the trigger the camera. Or I might make that the voice, I don't know. I kind of like having, I can trigger the camera from my steering wheel. But that's about the best they can do for right now. So let's go back to my, I want to put it on a track that we can play here. Bend sound, dubstep, there we go. Okay. Watch. There we go. I'm satisfied with that. I'll take it. It's something. And then trip the camera. But of course, to go back, I had to hit the screen and hit home, and then one other thing I didn't show you, you can grab this and scroll wherever in the song, which I think is cool. And then here's your mute. Oh, and you can also drag the slider here with your finger. Thought I'd throw that in there. So I call this somewhat of a win. So I don't know. I'll figure out this freaking XM for now. But yeah, maybe I'll check back and when I get that all ironed out. Alright, here's my final thoughts on this ATOTO. Sorry I didn't do CarPlay. I mean, I have an iPhone for work, but I've never set any of that up on it. Otherwise, maybe I'd try it out to show you, but I have an Android as my main phone, and that's what I have connected to this all the time. And that is the absolute number one reason why I bought this radio, because I wanted Android Auto. I love driving around with Waze, and I always have it up on my screen. That's just, no matter if I'm commuting or just going for a leisurely drive, it's nice to, where I live, people use it quite a bit, and it's pretty accurate as far as, objects on the road or speed traps or whatever. So I was sick of using my phone on the mount and then having a touchscreen radio that couldn't display it, the MyLink, for those of you that aren't familiar with my channel. So I'm gonna say this, for what it is, for how much it costs, it absolutely hits, it's 85 to 90% there. It's not a fully 100%. I'd say, like, if I were to get a Pioneer that costs $1,200 and get one of the iDataLink Maestro modules to integrate everything into the car, if I was going to spend $1,200, that better hit every single mark 100%. But for what I paid for this, I'm willing to sacrifice a few things. And it could be, maybe I might try doing one of those iDataLink Maestros instead of the RP5 GM31, because what I've found out is with these steering wheel controls, you have to do a custom control, and these two buttons and these three all do the same. They send out the same signal. These two are separate. So I program my volume buttons. Oh shit, yeah, copyrighted music. The volume up and down to these two here, and then I put the camera to switch to the camera, and it turns out I programmed it to this button, but it turns out if I push any one of these other 5 buttons, it goes to the camera. It doesn't matter. So I got volume controls, and I've never used these to switch the track anyway. Just, these two for the volume. So if I gotta move my thumb here to do the volume, fine. I'm fine with that. And I can certainly switch the track here and mute here. I mean, it's even not that big a deal to just push the buttons here for volume. So, all right, I can live with that. The XM tuner, I'm a little disappointed that doesn't work. That was kind of the whole reason I bought this radio and not one of the Android ones. So I think I'm going to return that tuner and try another one and see if that works on this radio. I ran the one wire from my stock shark fin antenna. I actually bought an adapter for that. I don't think I showed that on camera. I did get an adapter to adapt it properly. Still wouldn't work, so that's why I decided to buy an antenna. I tried that, it still wouldn't work, so it's either with that tuner or it's with something with this radio. Either or. So for the time being, I'm just going to stream it on Android Auto. I guess I'll live with that for now till I can get the rest of that figured out. Like I said, if this was a $1,200 stereo giving me that issue, I would be incensed, but seeing that it's $220, I can let it slide. And now I like I'll see if I can link to this microphone. I bought this a while ago, but this looks so much better having it up here than that stupid clip-on one that went here that wouldn't even reach all the way over here. And I tested it out, and this thing works good. So I really like this live view camera, though. It's really cool. You just switch that on when you're driving. Anyway, I'm very happy with this radio so far. I mean, I still just love seeing this big screen. It's just cool as hell, in my opinion. And now that I moved it down one notch, I got the proper airflow, and there's plenty of space all around it. All in all, I'm happy with it. If your car doesn't have steering wheel controls or XM to begin with, then you're golden. I mean, you can throw this in there and it'll work great with that RP5 GM31 module. And if you have any other kind of backup camera, you need to yank it and get this special one. Otherwise, it won't even work. Like, I tried getting my old one to work with it, and it wouldn't. I couldn't get it to trigger. It's a completely different wiring harness. But now that I got the proper camera with it, it works. It works when I shift into gear. And I can tweak those lines too. They don't turn with the steering wheel, but pretty cool. And that chime module, I'll just say the one that comes with that RP5 GM31, sounds like a damn Ford chime, but the turn signal chimes are really quiet. And I have it turned up all the way and you can barely hear them. That's another whatever in my book. But yeah, all in all, I say get it. I've had it about a month now, and it the first maybe week or so it would crash when I had it on Android Auto. It doesn't even do that anymore. And it does that in my wife's Cruise when I plug into Android Auto, so I don't think it's the head unit at all. I think it's either the phone or the connection or Android Auto or all three. But anyway, enough of my rambling. I love it. I'm gonna hold on to it. Maybe one day I'll sock away $1,200 and get a Pioneer. Maybe, I don't know. But for the meantime, I'm gonna stick with this as long as it'll run. So that's it for the ATOTO. About time I wrap this video up. I've been dragging this one out way too long. Thanks for visiting. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you in the next video.